Hello and welcome back to Sharing Stories with Sharon. Yes, it is me in here, as you can see, and today I am dressed as a mighty king, in fact a mighty Welsh king. I am dressed as King Vortigern, and today's story is King Vortigern and the Fighting Dragons. Long, long ago, in the 6th century, there lived a great man called Vortigern, the powerful ruler of part of Britain. But he betrayed his people when he paid the false Saxons to fight for him as mercenaries. And indeed, he had to leave the south of Britain and travel right up to Wales to begin a new life. Vortigern fled to Wales and set about building a fortress near Dinas Emrys in Carnarvonshire. There, a high rock towered from the centre of a vale overlooking the waters of Llyn Dinas, and this was the spot that Vortigern chose to build his castle. He began building the stronghold, but something strange began to happen. Each day a wall was built, and by the next evening the wall had fallen down. This happened over and over again, puzzling and plaguing Vortigern until he was finally forced to send for a local magician. "How can it be that every stone that is laid is fallen to the ground by the following morning?" he said. The magician pulled at his beard, frowned, and went into a reverie. He spent a long time thinking over the problem, and finally he spoke. "This is not altogether a new problem. I have known it happen in other places. There is only one way that you may construct your castle without hindrance." "Speak on," urged Vortigern. "The sooner this matter is settled, the better." "It is not an easy answer I can give you. It involves a certain amount of patience." Go on, cried Vortigern impatiently. "Patience, I said, patience," chided the wizard. "You must first find a boy who was born without a father. This boy must then be sacrificed on this mountain crag and his blood sprinkled on the stones." "Where do I look for such a boy?" said Vortigern. "Look to the south," advised the magician, and would say no more. The boy was finally found by Vortigern's men in a small village in South Wales. His name was Emrys, and he was most unwilling to travel north, suspecting what his fate would be. "I should prefer to stay here with my mother," said Emrys. "She has no one else to look after her." The men merely growled at him, seized him and carried him northwards. When Vortigern set eyes on the boy, who was a handsome lad and carried himself well, he was almost sorry that such a boy had to be sacrificed. "Why am I here?" asked Emrys. "To my knowledge, I have never done you any harm." "I need to sprinkle your blood on the foundation stones of the castle I am building," replied Vortigern slowly. "There is no other way to get it built. Each day the walls are partly finished and the next day they are down. No one can explain it. And only the wizard has the answer. That is why you are here." "But there is another answer," said Emrys, who was not without his own brand of magic. "How can a mere boy know such a thing?" "There is another answer," replied Emrys. "Please hear me out, my lord." Vortigern nodded. Go on then. He liked the boy and was not averse to postponing his death. "Below the foundations of your castle there is a lake, and at the bottom of the lake there are 2 dragons fighting. One dragon is white and represents the Saxons. The other is red and represents Wales. Their terrible battle has gone on for a long time, and it is this that shakes down the walls of your castle every night." Vortigern was astounded. "How may I believe you?" he asked. "Did your magician give you a better explanation?" asked the boy. "Well, he gave me no explanation, really, only a cure." "Listen to me, then. Order a well to be sunk," said Emrys, "and find out the truth of what I say." Vortigern gave the order, and sure enough, a lake was found deep below the foundations of the castle. A great roar was heard, and the air became hot and steamy. Two huge dragons rose towards the sky, their claws flailing and their teeth sunk into each other's horny flesh. The white dragon of England and the red dragon of Wales. And they fought tooth and nail, fist and claw. Sometimes the white dragon looked as if he was winning, and sometimes the red. At last, after a long battle, with one final effort, the red dragon pinned the white one to the floor, and Wales was victorious. Wales has won! Exclaimed Emrys. Surely now Wales will certainly survive. And you don't need me anymore, and you certainly don't need to sacrifice me. I'd really like to go home now if I can. Vortigern laughed. Very well. You told the truth, Emrys. You may go home. And I will move the foundations of our castle and pick another spot somewhere in these wonderful mountains. Well done, Emrys. And that is the end of the story. Just a couple of footnotes to that. They say that this red dragon that won for Wales is the reason why the Welsh flag has the red dragon on top. As you can see, this very fearsome dragon here. And another footnote is the boy, Emrys, who came from South Wales, when he grew up, became known by another name. And this name was Merlin. And Merlin became the star of a whole lot of other stories. But that's for another time. See you soon!